We're live. Countdown. Hello, I'm Willie Bragg, and welcome to another edition of the Willie Bragg Show, where I like to discuss politics. And today I am a little bit more depressed than usual because it's been a depressing week to be on the left in light of various things that's been happening in regard to politics in general, the world situation with Russia and Ukraine, things like that, the economy, COVID, all that. But in particular, now that's kind of been known that there's going to be some assaults on reproductive rights. And I'm doing a separate video on that either today or tomorrow. I have a little emergency, so I'm going to try to do it today. If not, I will be doing that tomorrow. But I want to discuss something right now regarding Nina Turner, which is most upsetting, and that is this. Nina Turner, who ran for Congress both last year and this year, was cheated again in 2022, just as she was cheated last summer. And I know that with the disinformation governance board being created right now as we speak, that I better say this real quick before this disinformation has me struck down, because this would be considered conspiracy theories and all of that, but it isn't conspiracy theory. It's the damn truth. Nina Turner was cheated again by the same usual suspects: corporate Democrats, some Republican donors, special interest money. You know, I mean, they just, she is such a threat. So that comes down to that. I was kind of about ready to ignore the race, figuring that as such, I was like, there's no need to be negative about it. I know that they're going to try to do this to her again. So I didn't really talk much about it. I didn't really think about it that much, figuring the results are going to be what it was last night. Well, suffice to say that not only did we get the results last night, Saturday morning, I came home from work, and on the way home, I do what I do most mornings, and I'll sit there and I'll catch up on online news. And so I was listening to Status Quo with Jordan Sheridan, and so when I was listening to Jordan Sheridan, I got very optimistic with his analysis of how it could be very possible that this time that Nina Turner could defeat Shontel Brown, considering the big guns that came to the 11th district to endorse Shontel Brown, the incumbent, and the district being redrawn, and the demographic changes that's in the district that was supposed to favor Nina Turner, and that most importantly, 5,000 Republicans last year that voted in an open primary when they didn't have a primary in that district that they came in and voted in a Democratic primary to make damn sure that Shontel Brown was the nominee, and that Nina Turner was not. I don't know what the fuck happened other than some fuckery going on with regard to this election, because some big money came in, and all of a sudden TV ads came in all of a sudden, and they came in hard. And not only that, there's a hell of a lot more at play. Very much so. Not just a Biden endorsement, because that was a sign of desperation to get an endorsement from the president. Biden only endorsed one other congressional candidate. So this was serious. They saw her as a threat. But this asshole over here, James Clyburn, the man that also fucked Bernie Sanders in 2020, also is largely responsible for fucking over Nina Turner. The man that's in the pocket of private health insurance companies and big pharma. This guy here, who's, he's as bad as any Republican out there. I don't care about the good work he's done in civil rights in the past. I mean, the good work he's done, hey, that was great. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but all the good work he's done is down the drain if you're in the pockets of private health insurance companies and big pharma. As far as I'm concerned, he's scum to me because of what he did with private insurance companies and big pharma. Anybody who works with private insurance companies and big pharma, they, as far as I'm concerned, they got blood on their hands, just like war criminals who's involved with the war in Iraq, the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, like all the senators and members of Congress that voted to go to war, to go and fight these wars abroad over the years, with over 1 million people dying collectively in the last 2 decades. Well, here in America, people who support private insurance companies and the private insurance companies and big pharma doing the things they do, they got blood on their hands too. And they ought to go to jail for what they've done to the American people with regard to the bankruptcies and the deaths and the prolonged suffering that they have done. And James Clyburn is a part of that. And he helped defeat Nina Turner, who is a supporter of Medicare for All. So there is that. And there's more. There is more to that. There is more. So I'm not finished. I am not finished at all. There is more, because it's not just corporate Democrats on the surface. There are Democrats out there that are not supposed to be corporate Democrats. But then behind the scenes, you find out they are. And that would be Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, somebody I had admiration for, somebody who was supposed to be a big-time supporter of Medicare for All, somebody that, as the head of the Progressive Caucus, she decided to have the Progressive Caucus endorse Shontel Brown. Yeah, I know Shontel Brown is a member of the Progressive Caucus, but hear me out. Shontel Brown joined the Progressive Caucus one day before Nina Turner announced her candidacy to challenge Shontel Brown in the primaries. Do you know? You know that, right? And as far as I am concerned, Shontel Brown is also a member of the New Democrat Coalition. And if y'all don't know what the New Democrat Coalition is, the New Democrat Coalition is basically a third way organization, a continuation of the Democratic Leadership Council, an organization that's an abomination that I have talked about many, many times, which is basically responsible for what I call, my term that I invented, the Reaganization of the Democratic Party. The destruction of the New Deal that Bill and Hillary Clinton caused, that havoc that they have caused on the Democratic Party. Shontel Brown belongs to that. And now you got somebody from the New Democrat Coalition in the Progressive Caucus. So, as far as I'm concerned, the Congressional Progressive Caucus is no better than the New Democrat Coalition. In fact, I'll take it a step further. As far as I'm concerned, it's amazing because the New Democrat Coalition was founded by Bernie Sanders. No, surprisingly enough, he founded it to try to kind of to build a left-wing movement inside the Democratic Party to kind of put a stop to this sort of thing. And over the years, it got corrupt. I mean, there was a time 20 years ago. There was a time someone like Nancy Pelosi. I was praising Nancy Pelosi at one time. Believe it or not, there was a time I thought she was one of the good guys. Now she's part of the problem, a big part of the problem. The Progressive Caucus expanded to about 100 members, over 100 members now. And honestly, it doesn't take much more than just being a Democrat to be a member of the Progressive Caucus. Yet there are some good people in the Progressive Caucus, but there are horrible, horrible Democrats in the Progressive Caucus. Maybe not as horrible as Debbie Wasserman Schultz, someone like that. Maybe not that level of horrible, and that's pretty damn horrible, but horrible enough. And so that's what they're stuck with. And so, just it's really sad that that's what happened with the. It's just sad what happened, and what will Nina Turner do at this point is the big question. What will Nina Turner do at right now? I mean, because at this point, at this juncture, I mean, she tried twice to help Bernie Sanders get the nomination for the Democratic Party. And we can see how that's turned out. And also, she tried herself to get elected into Congress. And we've seen how that turned out. So, I mean, so we have a question to ask now that she's been, now that she's been cheated twice, what to do. Now, I'm going to say this. There are people out there on the left, and I'm not going to mention any names of some of these online leftists. They're big names. And I don't even have a beef with them like some other folks do. I agree with them more than I disagree with them. But they spend a lot of their time in demonizing Bernie Sanders and AOC. Some of it is valid. Some of it is valid. A lot of it's valid. But, they spend too much time going after them as, in ways that I think is counterproductive. Way counterproductive. But you know what? I have been harsh. I have been harsh on AOC lately. But here's the thing. While I am a little more magnanimous lately toward her, my problem's still with AOC. And God bless Bernie Sanders. He did come out for Nina Turner. He could have actually been a little more active about it. And it was a little too late, but better late than never. Like the last 12 hours, even though she's a member of the Progressive Caucus. Both Bernie Sanders and AOC did come out for Nina Turner. I guess that's something. That's something. It's more than what Pramila Jayapal, supposed to be doing, right? But, this is what's going on here. And what are we going to do? Work in the Democratic Party? I mean, there are times I get like a carrot stick. There's like somebody running for an office, and I get excited about that candidate, and then I get let down. Then there's an independent running, Bernie Sanders. People say he's a Democrat. He's a fucking independent. I know he ran in the Democratic primaries 2016, 2020, but he's still an independent. You can have a fucking Green Party person get elected in November. You can have somebody from PSL get elected, or somebody from the Socialist Workers Party, the SPUSA. You could get somebody from whatever third party, People's Party, or what have you. They all get absorbed and act like the two-party system will go and find a way to make use out of them. That's just how it is with the two-party system. So sometimes I feel like I need to go and check out completely of the American politics, because if we're going to get to where we need to get, I don't know. I don't know if it's electoral politics is the answer anymore. And I'm all about voting all my life. I've voted all my life. I've never missed an election. I may have missed like maybe a primary or two in my life. I might maybe a handful of little local elections, but every 2 years I have voted in congressional elections. Those midterms, I have not missed a one of them. Every 4 years I have voted in every presidential election. I have pretty much have been there like 98% of the elections all my life. I have voted. I don't even early vote. I go on election day to vote. I'm all for early voting and all that, absentee, all that shit. But I'm weird. I just go and wait till election day. It's a civic liturgy for me. Something I love doing. I'm usually first in the line in the morning. 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning. I'm usually there. I'm there to talk politics with people who want to talk politics. Just how sick in the head I am. But what will Nina do? It's a big question. And where do we go from here? Because, I mean, you know, we have income inequality and the country just doesn't move forward. I mean, we had a pandemic. The best we got out of it is a $1,200 check here, a $600 check there, and a $1,400 check there. I'm surprised we even had that much. I'm actually floored that we even had that much. And I know we're not going to get another one. There's some glimmer of hopes, and as I said, it's not necessarily related to electoral politics. There's like labor unrest that I welcome. People are refusing to go to work. I call it the quiet general strike. They're not doing it for labor reasons. They're doing it for their own reasons. They're going on unemployment if they can. And I'm loving it because it's forcing the companies to raise wages. And that's awesome. It's inconveniencing companies, and I love it. They're complaining, and their misery, the company's misery, is my happiness. Their distress makes my day. After all the shit they made people go through all these years. So, anyway, that's my take on it. And I don't have the answers. I don't have all the answers. I wish I did. All I can do is go on here online and just rant and get this shit out of my chest. I mean, it's the only thing I can do right now. So, to make myself feel better. We have a chat line with us here, and we have Delling Conley. Pocan said the caucus back Brown. Yeah. I remember that. I stopped voting, and it's a damn temptation for me to do that as well. In identity politics, or put white identity leftward, liberal style. Not into identity politics, but I don't know about white identity. That's not where I go. I'm sorry, that's just not where I go. Plus, the system doesn't work. Labor unrest leads to immigrants stagnating wages. Well, immigration wouldn't be a problem if the United States wouldn't stop interfering with the problem. It stop interfering with governments in Latin America. They do it to themselves. So, Okay. Well, if you like what you heard, press like and comment. If you disagree with what I have to say, comment anyway. Hit that like button. It apparently helps with algorithms. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it because we're the muckrakers of our time. And, of course, feel free to subscribe to this channel. And until next time, I'm Willie Bragg. We have class struggle to wage. And, of course, we're all Julian Assange. Music.